Hey. Guess who? How is you? How you be? It's here's conservative Jake Mills coming at you again for another edition of my views, as always, from a conservative standpoint. I want to bring you guys on up to speed with seems the Biden administration had themselves a press conference yesterday. Press conference about inflation. Now, that press secretary, Jen Psaki, well, I tell you, press secretary got to be one of the hardest jobs known to man. And it's got to be real hard when you got to get up there every day and explain BS. You got to go in that White House, you got to go in that Oval Office, talk to old Sleepy Joe, and get his ideas and takes about what he wants you to talk about. All BS, all rubbish. And then you got to get up there on that podium talking that nonsense. Well, when it comes to inflation, the only person, well, I ain't going to say person, I'll go ahead and say administration or group of people that are to blame for inflation right now is the Biden administration. Now, whether it's higher gas, groceries, food, oil, any essential that you need, everything right now is high and higher than it's been in years. I mean, Lord knows inflation has not risen this fast since the early 1980s. That's way back when your boy old Jake Mills here was a little kid. Running outside, throwing my football around, playing hide go seek, that kind of thing. And it seems that a brave reporter, because most of the time, most of them press conferences are left-wing biased. I believe that the reporters are left-wing biased. Now, I don't know if it's a Washington, D.C. thing. I don't know if that's the way the media is in that area. I don't know. Because even when the great former President Trump was in office, those reporters tilted all the way to the left. I mean, every time he answered a question, all of them had leftist ideas. And he let a couple of them have it too. You know, your old boy Trump ain't for all the BS. And I tell you, it did my heart good, tickled me, when I saw how he handled some of them reporters, particularly some of them female reporters, trying to gang up on him, asking him all them silly questions. And he let them have it. And then they came around and said, hey, President Trump's being an asshole, not answering our question, insulting us, and all this type of thing. Well, the way I see it, you insulted that great man by asking him them dumbass questions. And let me get back to the inflation. You know, I get kind of carried away sometimes. Seems that brave reporter asks Press Secretary Jen Psaki, hey, how long is this inflation going to last? Or how long do you think this here inflation might last? And you know what she said? She said that this is a temporary uptick in inflation, and that their economists have predicted that it's only temporary and things will be back to normal in no time. Now, when you tell me something's going to be back to normal in no time, I'm thinking pretty quick. I'm thinking pretty soon, wouldn't you? No time, huh? So then, same reporter asked her, he said, well, can you give us a month? Give us a date to where you think this inflation might get back to normal. Just give us some kind of idea, something to look forward to. When do you think it's going to be back to normal. Of course, she danced, did the two-step, did the shuffle, did the do-si-do around the question. And then start going in trying to change the subject, talking about how the economy and the numbers are trending upward. Then she talked about February's job reports, talking about how many jobs, apparently 80-some thousand jobs were added in this country in February. And all of this, but how in the world can you get up there and say things are trending upward with gas prices are high as the sky, food prices are through the roof, clothes, everything is up because of this administration and its failed policies. Its failed policies with the economy and its failed policies the way it's dealing with COVID-19. Now, the COVID-19 pandemic was devastating to the economy. I understand that. I get it. But when you're sitting up here spending yourself into oblivion, when you're sitting up here wasting taxpayer dollars on useless programs that shouldn't even be in place to begin with, when you're sitting up here cutting the defense budget to fund your entitlement programs, to fund green energy, yet with all these wars and all this turmoil going on overseas, you want to cut the defense budget. That's the last thing that you should be trying to do. And definitely not supposed to be doing it to fund entitlement programs that need to be cut anyway, a lot of them. Trying to fund the Green New Deal and all this type of stuff. Holding the auto companies hostage with giving them deadlines as to when their cars have to hit a certain miles per gallon. All that kind of stuff. Now, I know it's a whole lot of turmoil. It's a whole lot of, we all dealing with stuff here. I get it. Sky high, everything's up. Prices are up. We got the war going on, but we cannot forget about the midterm elections coming up in November. We got to slow them down, folks. We got to get ourselves registered to vote. We got to get ourselves mobilized and get ready, get the rest of the country, because I believe that the vast majority of this country is on the side of common sense. They gotta be. And the side of common sense is the right side, the conservative side. So if we can get control of the House and the Senate this November, we can slow them way down. And then we can boot this administration out in 2024 and maybe get even more seats, to whereas we can hold this House and Senate for years to come, no matter who the president is. Let's show Biden and all his cronies who's in charge, because the voters are in charge. It ain't up to them, it's up to you and me. Talking about inflation is only temporary, to whereas your policies are going to make it way more than temporary. Get up out of here with all of that. Just something to think on, folks. Yep. If you like what you heard and you want to be part of the family and the movement, hit that subscribe button for all my YouTube fans. Click the like button. Spread the word on Instagram and Facebook. I'm trying to build something here. And if all of us get together, we can get this country back to where it's supposed to be. Well, that's my time. Take care of yourself and each other. See you on my next post.